real cheap. You was real Mr. Krabs like. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tasha and I'm back, but clearly I'm back with another story time. So before I do begin the story, tell a friend to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share my videos. Like, who don't got sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, cats, dogs, like anybody who likes story times? Everybody likes story times. This story time is about my first sugar daddy experience. Yes, I say first. So just know I'm gonna have many other story times about sugar daddies, but this is just gonna be about my first experience with being a sugar baby. So my freshman year of college, I worked at a kind of retail department store called Rose's. And I would always work, they had me work every single Wednesday. I would hate it, but they used to have me work every single Wednesday. And on Wednesdays was senior citizen discount day. So y'all know all the seniors go inside of the store and get their discount. Like, why wouldn't they? If I was a senior, I would collect my discount faithfully every Wednesday too. Every single Wednesday, the same man would wait and come into my line. Even if I had a long line and somebody else had a shorter line, he would wait in my line till I got all my customers out so that I could just check him out. And it was never like, he never tried to, I never got any vibes that he was flirting with me or anything like that, but he would always ask me how my day was, whole conversation and stuff like that. And he was just a very friendly man, and I used to always check him out every single Wednesday. So this particular Wednesday, I guess this man was in a good mood that particular Wednesday. Like, he knew he was getting his little senior citizen discount. Like, he was in a good mood. So this man, he paid for his stuff, and he also told me to ring up the person behind him stuff, and he ended up paying for their stuff too. I guess trying to show off, I don't know. So I rung up the other person's stuff, and it got rung up together. He checked it out, and he paid for his stuff and also the person behind him stuff. And he pulled out a wad of money. And so when he pulled out the wad of money, he whispered over to me. He's like, "Do you like what you see?" I'm thinking in my head like, man, sit down somewhere. It's the first of the month. You probably got your Social Security check. Stop playing with me because I'll make you spend it. He's like, "Do you like what you see?" It's plenty more where this came from.
Oh, say less.
I rang up the person, him, and also the person who was behind him that he ended up paying for and stuff like that. It kind of got a little dead in the building, and I didn't have anybody else in my line. So this particular day, he had stopped, and we actually had a conversation. At the time, he didn't know I was in college and stuff like that. So I ended up telling him I'm here for college. When I said college, y'all, he instantly started talking about money. Like, the sugar daddies love a college girl. I don't know why, but they just love college girls. So at this point, he's asking me where I go to school at, and I kind of changed the subject because it's just like, I just met you and I don't want you to know all my business right now. Like, give me some money first, and then maybe we could talk about it. He's like, "Oh, if you're in college, why are you working here? Don't you think you should just be putting all of your energy into school?" And I'm just like, you know, I work here part-time. I probably only got like 15 to 20 hours a week. Like, I was not full-time at all. So he's like, "Oh, I can take you away from all this. Like, you don't even have to work here. I can provide for you. I can pay your bills. I can put money in your pocket." And he wrote down his number on the back of his receipt and gave me back his receipt and told me to call him when I got off of work. So what you think I did when I got off work? I called that damn number. I called that number, and guess what? He answered on the first fucking ring. My mouth dry. So I'm settled in my room in my dorm just chilling. So we have a full-blown conversation. Like, we literally talked to the phone for about 2 hours. He's like, "Well, what are you doing tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not doing nothing." Like, on Thursdays, like, I really had like one class, and it was later in the day. So I'm like, "I'm not doing nothing tonight. Like, I'm just chilling." And he's like, "Well, do you want to meet me out for dinner tonight?" And I'm like, you know, we just met kinda, but shoot, I don't really want to eat at the Calf because it's Wednesday and I know they're having some nasty food. So I'm like, you know what? We can meet each other somewhere. Like, where you trying to go? Y'all, tell me why this man said Applebee's.
Got him! Got him!
Red flag number one. I should have left that man alone right then and there, because he said Applebee's. You portraying yourself to have all this money, and your first suggestion was Applebee's. I don't even like Applebee's. I don't care if it was free. I don't eat Applebee's on the regular. And don't try to get me to go somewhere that I could pay for myself. Like, baby, Capital Grill. Capital Grill me, please. Roof Chris me, please. Don't play with me. So when he said that, I suddenly paused, because I'm in shock. Like, type of bitch he think I am. So I go ahead and I give a suggestions. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to test his pockets. So I throw out a suggestion. I said, no, I don't really like Applebee's at all. Do you have time to go to Roof Chris? He's like, oh, Roof Chris, they're kind of pricey. Red flag number fucking 2. Red flag. Talking about, you keep saying you got all this money and I won't have to worry about anything and stuff like that. But the math is not mathing at all. I don't understand. Well, he's like, well, you know, Roof Chris is kind of expensive for a first date. Like, why don't we go somewhere so we can fill each other out and see if we even like each other before I start spending too much money on you? I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. That sounds kind of understandable, kind of reasonable. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drop down a little bit. But then again, you ain't going to lowball me either. So I throw out another suggestion. I said, well, what about this steakhouse? And the steakhouse, it was really good. Like, they had sushi. Sushi's my favorite food. I love sushi. My fat ass would have got sushi, hibachi, a couple drinks, and that would have been good. So he's like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. Well, what time do you think you'll be ready? Can you please wear something nice? Like, I'm thinking dressing heels type thing. I'm like, okay, I could do that for you. So I pick up my little outfit or whatever. I get dressed. And so I text him and let him know I'm ready and what time did he want to meet up. And he's like, well, I can come pick you up now. Skirt. Learn my lesson when people picking me the hell up. No, he won't have me stranded. But then again, at the time, I didn't drive. I didn't have my car on campus. So I'm just like, you know what? Can you get me an Uber? And he's like, okay. Knowing he old, y'all, he didn't even know how to work Uber. Like, I had to walk him through it. I'm like, okay, download the Uber app on your phone, put your car information in. It's going to ask you where the pickup location is, and I'll text you the address to where you need to pick me, where the Uber needs to pick me up at. And I'm not stupid. Where I had the Uber pick me up at was kind of up the street, walking distance, like a little corner store, grocery store type thing. And so I had the Uber pick me up there because I didn't want him to look at the address and see that, you know, what college I went to and that I actually stayed on campus and stuff like that. So I had the Uber pick me up at the store. So I get in the Uber. The old man is a complete, like, he is a complete, like, gentleman. Like, the whole time I'm in the Uber, he's like, I don't trust this. Like, if you want me to, I can stay on the phone with you until you get here. Like, I'm on the way to the steakhouse right now, and we could just stay on the phone until you get here. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so he stayed on the phone the whole time until I got there. I get out of my Uber, y'all, and we're still on the phone. And he's like, well, I'm here. I'm getting out my car now. So I'm looking around. I'm like, you know what kind of car did he drive? Like, let me look. And he gets out of a Honda Civic with the window bust out the back. He had a trash bag with duct tape taped onto the back window shield. He kept saying he had a Benz. Red flag number fucking 4. Honestly, like, damn. So I'm like, you know what? Not even gonna judge him because, you know, I know some people who have money, like they claim they have money, and they don't have the best of cars. Like, you know, they save it because they don't really be worried about materialistic stuff, like, you know. So I was just like, I'm gonna see past it because he probably do have money. How he say he got money? He probably let his brother hold his Benz or something. I don't know, because he kept saying he had a Benz. So I'm like, I don't understand. Like, you say you got a Benz, but you getting out the car and it's a Honda Civic with the window shield bust out the back with a trash bag and a duct tape trash bag attached to the back window shield, but you got a Benz. I didn't know they make Benz like that. I was unaware. So y'all, I didn't say nothing about the car to the man because I didn't say nothing about the car. I just left it alone. Because, you know, a car is a car. As long as it gets you to point A and B, like, you know, a car is a car. I don't really care. I'm not big on cars myself. But the thing is, don't sit here and say you got a Benz when you got a Honda Civic with the back windshield bust out and a trash bag taped on the back. Don't say you got a Benz if you riding like that. So I go into the restaurant. He's a gentleman. He holds the door for me. He holds the door open for me and stuff like that. And yeah. So we pick our seats. We sit in front of the grill so they can cook in front of us. And everything was going good until the waiter comes, takes our order. And the man basically tried to tell me what to order.
Not on my watch.
Don't invite me out if you want me to eat on a budget, cause I'm greedy. I like to eat. When I go out, I eat. Don't be sitting here trying to starve me. So I'm sitting here ordering my food. I tell the waiter that I want a roll of sushi with a plate of chicken, steak, and shrimp hibachi with the white sauce. So I'm telling the man that. He's like, wait. You sure you don't want a salad or something like that? Like, you sure you want to eat all that? Like, you don't want no salad?
Boy, if you don't...
I said, oh, you want me to order that too? Don't play with me, because I know what I want to eat when I come to a restaurant. So I went ahead and I ordered my food. I said, no. I told the waiter, don't mind what he's saying. Like, you can go ahead and place my order. Like, can I get the roll of sushi with the hibachi steak, chicken, and shrimp with the white sauce? And I always bring my own money anyway. So it's just like, if you wasn't going to pay for it anyway, I'm going to still pay for it myself. Because when I go places, I like to eat what I like to eat. The waiter goes to him and asks him what he wants to eat. Tell me why this man ordered a soup. A hot and sour soup. The waiter said, is that all, sir? So yeah, that's it. I'm not really hungry. Mind you, keep this in mind, y'all. He said he was not even hungry. And he ordered him that little hot and sour soup. So my food come out. I put my little hand sanitizer on, ready to eat, y'all. Ready to dig in. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating my sushi and stuff like that. He's like, oh, that look good. That look real good. Let me try a little bit. So I gave him some, because I don't like people touching my plate. So I gave him some. And he's like, oh, this is my first time eating sushi. It's really good. And I'm like, yeah, sushi's really good. Like, it's my favorite food, this and that. My hibachi comes out, because the sushi was the appetizer. So the hibachi comes out after my sushi. And by that time, his little soup he had was already gone. He done finished it all. And his stomach, I heard his stomach growling after he finished the soup. But you wasn't that hungry. My hibachi comes, and I'm sitting here killing it, eating it. I hear his stomach growling. I'm like, this man is definitely hungry, talking about he ain't that hungry. He just gonna get him a soup. Y'all, he looking at me kill that hibachi food. Like, I'm going in, going crazy. He's like, oh, that look good. You mind if I get a little bit? I'm like, sir, you said you was not that hungry and that you was just gonna get this soup. How it go from I'm not that hungry to you finishing your soup to you wanting my appetizer of my sushi, which I gave you some, and now you want some of my hibachi too? At this point, you should have ordered the same thing I ordered, because you definitely hungry. And I'm like, look, I'm very hungry. I ain't even trying to share. And I was like, I'll call the waiter over here and we could just order you some. And he's like, no, the bill's gonna be too high, this and that. I'm like, damn, well, I'm just getting started. I ain't even getting my little wine. I ain't getting my drink, nothing like that. I'm just getting started. And he talking about the bill too high. I said, oh, no. Red flag number 4, y'all. Talking about the bill gonna be too high. You say you got all this money that you don't mind spending on me and stuff like that, and whatever I need I can have, but you sitting here penny pinching on the check, on the bill? No. So like I said, y'all, I did not share my food with him at all. So the time came, my food was done. I ended up not ordering a drink because he was already complaining about how much the bill was going to be. So I'm like, if I add a drink, this man gonna flip out on me. So I just skipped the drink and I did not get the drink. So y'all, the ticket comes, because we finally get done eating. The ticket comes, the waiter lays it down on the table. Y'all, this old man get to looking at me and I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him like, boy, like, sir, you invited me out. You better cover this ticket. I'm not playing with you. Like, even if you don't, I still got the money to cover it. But still, it's just the fact that you portrayed yourself to have so much money and that you wanted to spend it on me and take me shopping and stuff like that. And you can't even handle a little $65 ticket. Honestly, it wasn't even no $65 because you got a soup with your cheap ass. So the waiter comes back probably like 5 minutes later. He sees the ticket still isn't taken care of. And he's like, okay, well, I'll give y'all a couple more minutes because the restaurant was about to close that we were at. He was like, well, I'll give y'all a couple more minutes. We're still cleaning up and stuff like that. Take your time. So I'm thinking, like, when is man about to pick up this ticket? So I'm like, shoot, you know what? I already see what type of time he on, because he was complaining about the amount of money that the ticket was going to be from the jump. So watch this. Hold on a minute. So I told him, I'm like, look, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So when I go to the bathroom, I take my purse anywhere. Like, I take my purse anywhere I go. So I went to the bathroom or whatever. The bathroom was kind of like in a corner, but where we were sitting at was like a back wall and we was facing a wall. So even if I was to walk out, he wouldn't see me. So I went to the corner to use the bathroom. And then after that, I went to the bathroom and I peeked my head out. I looked both ways and I looked at the table to try to make sure he was still there. Y'all, when I was in the bathroom, I called my friend, like, girl, this sugar daddy, he told me that he wanted to spend all this money on me and he invited me out to dinner tonight and stuff like that. And he don't even have the money to cover this bill. Like, he's sitting here penny pitching. He was trying to tell me what I could and what I could not eat. Like, can you please come get me? And the thing was like 10 minutes away from campus. So as I was calling her and stuff like that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send you my location. I'm gonna go ahead and start walking because I need to get up out of here. So I went ahead and sent her my location. I peeked my head at the bathroom. I'm looking left, I'm looking right, and then I look straight at the table. I'm like, okay, he's still sitting there. So I put my purse up on my shoulder and I sprint out the damn door and left him right there, y'all. So I'm walking kind of towards where my friend would be heading to come get me. So I'm walking up there trying to meet her halfway or something like that, because I just needed to get out in the clear, because I already know he was not gonna pay for this meal because he kept looking at me. If you was gonna pay it, he would have been paid it. I finally get inside my friend's car and she take me back to campus. So as I'm in her car, y'all, the sugar daddy is blowing my phone up. And I didn't answer not one call. So he ended up texting me. He texted me, he was like, where are you? I'm ready to go. The ticket's still sitting here. Where are you? I'm like, what the hell does ticket got to do with me? So he ended up calling me again. I answered the phone. I'm like, hello. And he's like, where are you? This ticket's still sitting on the table. I'm ready to go. I was going to take you back to your dorm. We still didn't pay the ticket yet. And I'm thinking, we? You told me you wanted to take me out. I'm like, you told me you wanted to take me out. Like, why are you saying we still waiting to pay the ticket? I don't got nothing to do with that. I really don't. And so he's like, yeah, well, you ordered most of the stuff. I only got a soup. So I was thinking you was going to at least pay for your stuff and I was going to pay for mine.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm like, okay, that's where you thought wrong at. This is my first and last time meeting with you, sugar daddy. No. Like, my friend already came to pick me up. I did not have a good time and we won't be meeting again. And I do apologize, but you know, I'll see you around. He's like, yeah, whatever. And he hung up the phone. So my shift, that was on a Wednesday where he had came into the building and gave me his number and we went out on a date the same night. So that was on a Wednesday. I did not return to work until that following Monday because, like I said, I really did not work like that because I was really focused on school. So I probably worked like 15 to 20 hours a week. So I did not go back to work until that following Monday. I worked that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So y'all, that next following Wednesday, I'm at work. Guess who comes inside the building, y'all? Sugar daddy. Sugar daddy comes inside the building with flowers and a stuffed animal, y'all. Flowers and a stuffed animal. About how the date went and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Like, no need to apologize. Like, I just see right now it's just not going to work because you sitting here telling me all the stuff, you know, that you want to do for me and that you can do for me and stuff like that. But last night was your chance to prove it and you didn't. You disappointed me. So no. So he's like, you know what? I'm just done talking. Like, what time do you get off of work? I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to take you out to dinner and I'm going to make it up to you. And I said, sir, like, it's no need. Like, it's no need at all. The damage is already done. Like, that was a bad date. And that was a bad little first little link up. Like, you were under the impression that you was about to spoil me and spend so much money on me and stuff like that. And last Wednesday night was your time to shine. And you disappointed me. You was real cheap. You was real Mr. Krabs like.
Unhand that penny or the arm comes off.
So he's like, you know what? I understand. Like, it's fine. I won't even bother you anymore. I'm like, okay, cool. He left me alone. He took his little stuffed animal and his flowers back, and he left up out of roses. So I was so happy. I'm like, okay, he not one of them crazy sugar daddies. I thought. But the man was going to leave me alone like he said. So this particular night, I got off work at 9 o'clock when they had closed. So I'm getting off of work. Y'all, when I get off of work, guess who I see? Mr. Krabs' cheap ass sitting inside of his Honda Civic with the window shield bust out the back and a trash bag taped on top of it. Sitting outside of my job waiting, y'all. I was like, oh, hell no, this man is crazy. When he sees me walk outside of my job, he suddenly cranks up his car and he drives up to the front as if he was about to pick me up. It's like, hey, baby, I was waiting on you to get off of work. Go ahead and get in. I'm going to drop you off home so you ain't got to take no cab. Because my college was not far at all. It was about 5 minutes away from my job. So I would take a cab every day because my mom would not let me bring my car on campus. So I would take a cab every day or either a Uber. I was about to get inside of his car. So when he did that, my taxi cab pulled up behind him. And y'all, I ran and jumped into my taxi cab so damn fast. When I jumped into my taxi cab, I always receive the same driver every night. I don't know why, but I received the same driver every night. He already knew where I was going to. Cool. As soon as I hopped into the taxi cab, he drove me to campus and dropped me off. So I'm thinking like, you know, I ain't got to worry about my sugar daddy getting on campus because he don't even have an ID card. And at night, the school I went to was real strict. So, you know, they're not letting nobody on campus without no ID card. So I'm like, he ain't gonna get in. I ain't worried about it. He ain't got no ID card. Y'all, I thought the fuck wrong. I get into campus and I get out of the taxi cab. And after I get out the taxi cab, I hear my name being yelled, Latasha, Latasha. Mr. Krabs get out of his Honda Civic and he runs up towards me and was like, you could have gotten a car with me. I could have took you here. I don't understand why you tripping. And I'm like, look, sir, like I done told you, like, we're not doing no redos. Like last Wednesday night was enough for me. You done showed me all you could do. And that was not even pay for a meal or literally nothing. So he's like, no, I want to redo. Y'all, I pulled out my phone on the slick real quick. And I called campus police. And I told them to come get my sugar daddy off the campus because he's a trespasser and he should not be here. Y'all, campus police came so damn quick and got him up off of the property. When I tell y'all this man was crazy, follow me onto my campus trying to get a second little date and prove that he got money and stuff. The little first date was enough for me. But yes, y'all, this was my first experience with a sugar daddy. Like, it was the worst. Like, it was literally the worst. But I got many other story times. Like, all my sugar daddy experiences was not that bad. But yeah, I'm gonna share those as well. But y'all comment down below y'all thoughts. Like, do you think I went a little too hard on him and I should have gave him a second date to prove himself? Or do you think I did the right thing by just saying like, look, you done showed me enough the first little meetup, so why you think you deserve a second meetup? Y'all comment down below. As always, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend.